Yeah, I haven't posted anything since like 3 days ago when I posted my 2,000 subs vid. Yeah, I guess I should post a new one. Been so tired and so busy. So I apologize to everybody who watches my videos. Again! So today's question today is, what is your favorite sweeper Pokemon? We all know what sweeper Pokemon are. They're Pokemon that have a high either attack or special attack value that is designed to, well, sweep your opponent's team, as in just annihilate it. They usually have pretty bad defense, and generally they are just very quick and do a lot of damage. So what is your favorite sweeper? As for me, I like Gyarados. I think that's probably my favorite sweeper because he's actually quite bulky, but especially with the right EV spread. He also has Dragon Dance, which makes him stronger and quicker, and he can also pack a toolbox move to take care of tanks and walls like Taunt. And Taunt is obviously my favorite ability. So here's a battle featuring my favorite sweeper, Gyarados. I'll probably, well, yeah, so leave a comment about your favorite sweeper, and here's the battle. Hey everybody, here's a battle with Slade, and yeah, we just have a pretty awesome battle here. He leads with a Persian, I decide to lead with my Agiligros. He fakes out me, and I kind of expected that, but it's not going to do a whole lot to Metagross, being that Metagross is a, pretty bulky defenses and resists it. He gets a crit, but whatever. But then he misses with Hypnosis, which isn't good for him, and I am able to set up a Agility and hit him hard with Meteor Mash, which does take down the Persian, and that brings me to a pretty good start. So I get pretty lucky right off the bat, and actually I'm going to continue to get pretty lucky this entire match. So he goes into Weezing, and I'm kind of figuring he's going to try to burn me, so I decided to go into Latias, because Latias can take the burn, because it's a special attacker. So I decided to go for the Draco Meteor to see what he goes into, and he goes into a Bliss, and that's kind of annoying. So the Draco Meteor hits the Bliss, which doesn't do a whole lot, because, Bliss is homosexual, and, it has that insanely high special defense. So I'm just going to switch into Steelix because I figure he might try to predict the switch in Toxic or T-Wave, but instead he just goes for the Seismic Toss, which Steelix takes pretty well, I suppose. Now I'm just going to set up the Stealth Rocks because I think he's probably going to switch, and he goes into Weezing, and I'm kind of thinking he'll go for the burn again, trying to get the burn set up on Steelix. So I decided to go back into Latias, who is already burned, and he does go for the Will-O-Wisp, which ends up being pretty awesome for me. So I predict to switch back into Blissey and go for the Trick, which is amazing, because now I get a Choice Specs on the Blissey, and Blissey with a Choice Specs, especially since I know it has Seismic Toss and not, like, any special attack, is pretty win. So, now that I know it has specs, I just want to see what it locks himself into, so I go for the Draco Meteor, and that gets a little bit more damage on Bliss as he goes for the Seismic Toss, so I know he's locked into that. So I know he's locked into Seismic Toss, so I decided to go out into Snorlax, because Snorlax has pretty awesome amount of HP. So I go into Snorlax, and he actually switches too when he goes into Metagross. And Snorlax's base defense isn't too good, but I decided to try to get a curse off, and he actually misses with Meteor Mash. So that's pretty lucky for me again, and I get pretty much a free curse there. So I decided to go for it again, and he goes into Weezing. And, I figure he's probably going to Will-O-Wisp me, but I decided to stay in and get some damage with Body Slam, and maybe get a Parahax. But he actually misses the first Will-O-Wisp, which is terrible for him. And I get a second Body Slam off, don't get a Paralyze again, and he Pain Splits, which, I kind of expected to have, but at the same time, I was kind of hoping he didn't, and I'd just go for a Body Slam, hoping maybe for a Paralyze, but I never actually got it. So he goes for a Sludge Bomb, trying to get some damage on me, but I sprung the rest against him, which heals Snorlax back to full hit points, and cures the burn, which is epic. So I decided to go into Latias, predicting the Pain Split, and I do get it, which is awesome, and that means Latias is healed while Weezing is weakened. So now I decided to go for the Surf, just in case he decides to go out into Metagross, which I kind of was expecting, him predicting a Dragon-type move or whatever. So now he goes into Bliss, and I think I can finish off with Dragon Pulse, so I just try to do that, and I do, which is awesome. So now he goes into Heracross, and I really don't... I have an idea that this thing is Choice Scarfed, but I just don't know. So I decide to leave Latias in just to find out, and I do see that it's Scarfed. But unfortunately for him, I have the Gyarados. And, yeah, that's pretty awesome because I am going to be able to get a free Dragon Dance on the Switch, but he goes back into Metagross, which isn't good because I'm suspecting this Metagross might have Thunder Punch. So I decided to go out into Jolteon, expecting the Thunder Punch, but he just goes boom. So I lost my Jolteon. This is actually pretty bad because now I don't have a whole lot to deal with Weezing because Weezing is a physical wall. So he goes into Weezing as I go into Metagross, and I'm thinking I can kill it with Meteor Mash, but I miss, which is really bad, and I guess that returns for some of the hacks I got earlier, but that really blows because that Weezing was going to die to that Meteor Mash, I'm like 99% sure, and now I actually have to deal with this thing. So he goes for a Will-O-Wisp. I predicted that and go into Snorlax, and since Snorlax is asleep, it can't be burned. He goes for the Pain Split to get some health back. I just burn a turn of sleep with Snorlax. And I'm going to burn another turn of sleep, and he goes into Heracross. And I'm thinking he might actually go for the Stone Edge here, so I decide to go into Steelix. But he actually just goes for the Close Combat, which is super effective against Steelix. But truth be told, I'd rather have Steelix die at this point than anything else. So I'd pretty much leave Steelix in as death fodder, so I can hopefully get a setup with Gyarados. So I leave Steelix in. He takes me down to the Close Combat. And now I am going to go into Gyarados, get the Intimidate on the Heracross, and then set up the Dragon Dance on the Switch. Because I do have Taunt, I'm not really fearing the Weezing too much. So I do try to taunt the Weezing, and that ends up being pretty cool. And he does try to burn me, but it fails. So I go for the Dragon Dance again, and he has the Thunderbolt. And most Weezings I see now usually carry out Flamethrower for Scizor, but this one has Thunderbolt, so this is pretty bad. I'm thinking this is going to wreck me. So I go for the Waterfall, and I get the Flinch, which is pretty much the last piece of hacks I needed. I can sweep pretty much the rest of his team. So that was pretty gay on my part. And he would have killed Gyarados, and that just blows for him. Sorry about the hacks, Slade, but that's the way the game goes sometimes, I suppose. He goes in Ambipom and flinches me, but I'm faster than Ambipom after 2 Dragon Dances, and I KO back with Waterfall. And, of course, the last Pokemon is Heracross, which I also outspeed due to my 2 Dragon Dances. So, good game, Slade. Sorry about the hacks there, but, like, comment, subscribe, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.